What's going on, guys? Back with episode number 4 here. I'm going to continue what I was talking about yesterday, which was 75 Hard and the things it taught me. Again, seems to be a common theme here. It's episode 4, but seems to be a recurring theme that I keep forgetting to address certain points that I want to talk about. And it's kind of disorganized, so I apologize, but man, I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. I'm not trying to make this perfect plan. I'm just hopping right in and I'm learning as I go. So I do want to continue to make progress here and improve as I go. So we're going to start this one off with the rules. Just a little reminder of the rules. So the first rule is, can't tell a soul about the first 100 episodes because I'm doing this for me, not anybody else. I'm just doing it to get better at talking and communicating my thoughts and getting better at articulating my sentences and my words and how everything comes across. And I don't want to ever say like or in a podcast ever again, or even in day-to-day communication. I'm trying to make a conscious effort to not say those words as filler words at all. I just think it sounds so shitty. So, rule number 2, must record solo, no guests or bullshitting, and that, again, is to reemphasize, this is just so I get comfortable with myself, talking to, essentially, myself here. And, rule number 3, see, I just said, dude, fuck me. That shit's so hard. It's all good, though, I'm learning. Each episode must be a minimum of 20 minutes long, and this kind of forces me out of my comfort zone because I could just say a whole bunch of quick shit in the podcast and call it good, but 20 minutes is a good amount of time to get talking, and, if I'm saying, 200 words a minute or something like that, then that would be 4,000 words, right? So, it's a good start, I guess. Rule number 4, must be a... I just moan right there, bro. What's going on? It must have a takeaway from each episode, a lesson, a new perspective, a new insight, something like that. So I can't just talk about a time where I took a shit in a urinal. True story, by the way. There's no lesson from that, bro. It's just a funny story. My goal with this is long-term is to share new lessons, value, new perspective, help somebody learn something, have somebody change their, I guess, stance on something because of something I shared. So that's the goal at the moment with the first 100 episodes. After we get to the second 100, I might change a little bit. I might change the way I do things. I don't know. But it's just for me, like I said, to get comfortable with this shit and prove to myself that I can just start and I don't need to have this perfect plan and have all this experience and run a successful business or whatever. You can start whatever the fuck you want to start whenever you want to start it. And this is proof that you can. And hopefully in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you can look back and see this is proof. And hopefully be inspired by it. So if you're listening to this in 2025, 2027, 2029, yo, I did it, So anyway, and then the rule number 5, a commitment to 5 podcasts uploaded per week on Spotify. Not sure about the other platform requirements, and I'm not sure about a photo of the podcast or the name or the music or the scent, whatever. Not sure about all that yet, but I'm going to stick with Spotify and focus on that. Maybe I'll backlog all the rest and upload them somewhere else. I actually haven't even looked into that once, but commitment to 5 podcasts uploaded per week on Spotify is what I wrote as the rule, so that is the rule. And then rule number 6, no edits or cuts in any of these episodes, first 100 episodes, because, again, it forces me to go out of my comfort zone and to carefully choose what I say, because of the inability to go back and erase or delete or edit or something to make it sound like I said something else or to make myself sound better, when in reality, I am literally just talking to this microphone and there's shit on the microphone without the cushion of knowing that if I fuck up, I can just go back and edit. I want it to be real raw, 100%, just how it is. Yeah, but here's the one exception. If I got to drop a fat shit, I'm cutting it out. You're not going to sit in silence for 25 minutes. That's not what I'm trying to go for. That's not what I'm... See what I mean? I'm just fucking up already. And I would go edit that out, but it's rule number 6, baby. So you're going to have to sit through the awkward, mumbly, grumbly shit with me. So it's all good, though. So anyway, so yesterday we talked about what 75 Hard taught me, and I dived in on the water and the double workouts, and I already missed some stuff on both of those. So I'm going to touch on those because I'm disorganized and I'm learning as I go. So fuck me, bro. It's all good. So Talked about the water and the time management and planning your day out around the water breaks and how things are going to fit in. And then I talked about the double workouts, kind of making you get back on your feet again after you've been hanging out and you're comfortable, something like that. And so some of the stuff I forgot to mention was with those workouts. So we're diving right in now. So that's my intro. I think that's how I'm going to introduce the next 95 or 96 episodes with the rules. What I talked about last episode. And then what I would normally do would be talk about what I'm doing. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing now. And then I'll dive into the substance, if you will, of the podcast. So right now, today is day phase 1. What the fuck? Today is... Holy shit. Today is day 1, phase 1 of the Live Hard program. If you don't know what Live Hard is, it is the full year program of 75 Hard. 75 Hard is just a boot camp to the program. It's the first 75 days. Then you have 3 phases of 30 days each. Phase 1, 2, and 3. And I'm on phase 1, day 1, as of today, October 23rd, 2023. And I'm going to kind of dive in on that real quick on how I set up the program for myself, because you choose 3 additional tasks. And I kind of want to just outline my day and explain how I'm doing it. So right now, I'm waking up at 2:30 in the morning because I have to work at 5. I work 5 to 2:30 weekdays, and then I work FedEx on the weekends, and that's, anytime between 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. to could be 1 p.m., could be 7 p.m. It really just depends on how many packages I have for the day and how long it takes me to deliver those packages, and if anybody's a lazy motherfucker and needs me to come save their ass and help them out. No problem helping people out, but bro, I bust my ass every day to get home as soon as possible. And if other people are dragging their feet, it bugs me. So shouldn't have the consequence of my hard work be going and saving other people, bro. Gets me so upset, but that's a whole other episode. But so waking up at 2:30, and I wake up, and what I did today was I took a cold shower. And so here's the thing. So the cold temperature on my shower here at the moment isn't actually that cold, and it could be because I've acclimated to much colder temperatures by doing the ice bath about 5-6 times a week, and I'm not sure if that's why it's easier for me, but I'm not getting challenged by it. It's fairly easy for me to sit there for 5 minutes in the temperature of the cold that it is now, and I want to get the full effect of the program and challenge myself. So what I'm doing is taking the 5-minute cold shower, no matter what. That's part of the program, so you have to. I put it as cold as it'll go. And then I don't check that off until I've taken an ice bath later in the day or whenever I choose to do that. So I'm tying in my ice bath to the 5-minute cold shower. I'm not changing it. I'm just requiring myself to have to take an ice bath because that's hard for me to check off the cold shower for the day. I'm still taking a 5-minute cold shower, exactly like the program says, but I'm considering it a fail if I don't take the ice bath as well. An ice bath for me right now, I'm at 4 minutes, 20 seconds at 7 degrees. I just lowered it to 46, so next time I do it, it'll be around there. So that's what I'm doing for the cold shower. It's not hard for me to sit in that shower, and I'm not getting challenged by it, and I want to feel that challenge and grow with the program. So tying it in with the ice bath. Then, get out of the shower, get dressed, prep my lunch for the day for work, load up my lunchbox, get my backpack, and I go to the gym right after. So I leave for the gym. So there's a gym on base where I work, and I go there around 3:30. Or I leave here, my house, to go to work at 3:30. It takes me about 25 minutes to get there in the morning because I have to go to a specific area in the morning because certain gates aren't open. So I go there, and I get to the gym around 3:30 in the morning, and then I start working out 3:40-ish. So it's kind of how I start my day. It has to be a 45-minute workout as per program requirements, which is one of the first things I want to talk about that I didn't touch on yesterday, but I'll get into that in just a sec. 45-minute workout, so that takes me to around... a full workout is usually 50 minutes, I've noticed, when I add in a couple exercises, and I'm going to touch on that in a sec. So 50 minutes plus 340 puts me at, 3:30 or 4:30. And then it kind of gives me a little bit of time to adjust, change, get ready for work. Then I head over to my workspace and I start working. Then 5 to 2:30, that's my work day. And then what I did today, and I'm really trying to figure out the most efficient way to do this because it is taking up a lot of my day doing all of these tasks. And I guess that's a price you pay for having a higher, for bigger aspirations in life rather than working for retirement and spending all my downtime with friends and drinking and traveling and stuff. I'd love to do that stuff, but I think I want to do something else with my life, and it's really cool having the confidence to go after that shit and believing in myself. So again, that's a whole other episode. There's so many things I want to share and get out there and voice, but we'll just do one thing at a time. So you know what else is fucking cool? I'm already at 10 minutes, dude. It's becoming a little bit more natural for me. I think you can tell on this podcast versus the last 3. It's a little bit easier right now for me to hop on here and start speaking my mind a little bit and talking. So maybe I'm just in a good mood. I'm not sure. I took an ice bath today, so maybe that's why. I don't think the last 3 episodes on those days I took one. Dude, I swear by those things. They're so fucking good for you, dude. If you're considering, just do it, dude. You even take a cold shower. Just do it. Just do it. And again, it's a whole other podcast. Matter of fact, go listen to Andrew Huberman on deliberate cold exposure and the benefits of ice baths and the sauna and all that stuff. It's Mr. Huberman, Dr. Huberman, Andrew Huberman. You're the man, bro. Appreciate you. So learned a lot from that guy. So anyway, that's where the ice baths come in. The ice bath knowledge comes in is from him. So if you're interested in that, go take a look at his podcast and you learn a lot. So anyway. So come home from work, and then I immediately grab my weighted vest, go for an outdoor walk, try to walk 2 miles, 2.65 miles is typically what I'm getting at an average pace of 16 minutes, 45 or 48 seconds or something per mile. And I'm gonna try my best to keep that pace the same, because in the morning, if I ever do an outdoor workout in the morning, I drag ass, dude. It's almost like 18 minutes per mile, and that's quite a drastic difference going from 18 minutes to less than 17. So yeah, anyway, then I came home and immediately hopped in the ice bath. Miley, if you're listening to this, you hopped in today, and that was so damn cool. I'm very proud of you. And I lost $50 because I bet, so Miley's my cousin, I bet her $50 that she wouldn't hop in as soon as I got out. And she did. She got in for I bet her 1 minute up to her chin, and I gave her $50. But she hopped in, did it for 2 minutes. So, good for her, proud of her, but I lost $50 today. So, it is what it is. Proud of you, Miley, if you're listening. That's badass. But anyway, then I took an ice bath, I got out, and then I went into my room, started reading. I'm currently reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and I think I'm on to something here. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I don't even really know yet, but I'm learning, and I think I'm on to something, because after that, I did the 10 minutes of dedicated visualization, which is, I don't have it pulled up, but it's 10 minutes of uninterrupted, almost meditation, but visualization of the life that you want to live, the things that you want to have, the material possessions, the family members that you have around, the kids, what your spouse looks like, what they do, everything picture perfect in your mind, what you want to achieve in your world, in your future world, whatever. And I've got a couple folders set up. So I've got one for, let me pull it up right here. I've got a folder for gym and body, and in there's 2 photos of a guy deadlifting 5 plates, which is my ultimate goal for the gym at the moment. I haven't been able to deadlift more than 2 plates in years because I have 2 herniated discs, and it's kind of hindered me, and I'm really paranoid, I'm not going to lie. I was in so much pain, and it hindered my whole entire life, not being able to bend over and do shit. So I don't want that to happen ever again. But I do want to deadlift 5 plates just because I was so close. My max is 455 for 4 reps, and I probably could have got, 465 for 1 or 2. I don't know. But I'm so close, dude. If I could just get back there, then that'll be awesome. So that's my first folder. I only got 2 photos in there. It's not a huge priority for me, but it is a goal of mine. And my second folder I've got here, of the 5 that I currently have, is called Home. And it's just got 8 photos in there of homes that I would love to own one day. And this is the one that I focused on today, but I'm going to come back to that in just a sec. And then my third one is Lamborghini/cars. And like I said in episode 1, the Lambo is my goal. That's the number one. That is the number one thing for me at the moment. And there's a lot of, you could say that it's, what do you call it, a waste of money, a depreciating asset, just a waste of money, period, because once you buy it, it's you just start losing money on it, and then you got to fix it. It's so much money, blah, 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 blah. All the shit the motherfuckers say that don't have a Lambo, right? Nobody that has a Lambo says that shit. Don't buy a Lambo, bro. I mean, maybe they do, but you know what I mean. So I've got pictures of the interior, pictures of the logo, the rims, more interior, full body shots of used ones. I got a Urus in there, just different brand or different models of the Lambo, and it's Lambo/cars, but the only thing that's in there is a Lambo. So that's what it is. Then the fourth folder, which is something I really want in life, man, but I don't think right now is the best time for me to even try to focus on that, because I got so many other things going, and I'm really focusing on them and seeing a lot of progress here, and I'm proud of myself, man. I'm sitting here recording podcast number 4. That's awesome, man. Podcast number 4 on day 1 of phase 1 of Live Hard, because I already completed. That's just cool, man. I'm already making some progress. It's awesome. All you got to do is commit to some hard shit and do the hard shit every day, and that's it. That's it, man. And then the last folder that I've got, and I'm sure I'm going to have a lot more, but it's got actually photos of Andy Frisella meeting people at the Muscles House in Utah. Yeah, he's meeting Steve Aoki here. It's just photos of him taking photos with these other guys. So we got Tim Grover, Steve Aoki, who's this guy? I'm not sure this guy. There's no name. And then, there's 2 other guys. I'm not sure. But it's not important who he's taking a photo with. It's more so, for me, the fact that this guy, I guess it's a little personal, but it would be a dream to show up somewhere, to fly into somewhere at this big event where there's a lot of people here, and every single person there knows you, knows who you are, knows what you do, knows what you stand for, knows the companies that you run, knows your values, and knows the standard that you bring to the table. And again, they all know who you are, but they don't know who you are because you're some big hotshot on the internet or some big name. They know who you are because of your standards, the life that you live, and the amount of, I guess, positivity and how many people he's bringing along with him, and what he's standing for. He's standing up for the country in so many different ways, and that's a whole other podcast as well. And I guess another one of my goals is to land a podcast episode with him. It'd be cool to be on his, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm focusing on one episode at a time. I will say, though, on his website, it does say after 100 episodes, you can book Andy Frisella on your podcast for free. And so you can take that how you want, because my goal is 100 episodes. And we'll see what happens when we get there. We'll see what kind of podcast I'm even running then, and what kind of questions and value I'm bringing to the table, and where my life's at. But 100 episodes from now, based on my commitment here, is I'm going to get back to my daily routine, is a podcast every day. So it's 100 days away from Talk with Andy on a podcast, so to speak. I mean, I don't even know if I'd want to have him on the show, dude, if I wasn't ready. Even if I did have 100 episodes, I want to have some shit going on before. But anyway, got those 4 photos in my success folder, and then 2 more photos. One is a screenshot of somebody's U.S. bank, and it's got 6 accounts on there. It's got a checking, saving, and then 4 trust, and I'm not sure what the other thing means. Very unknowledgeable, I guess, when it comes to certain investments. But anyway, the grand total here is almost $1 billion. The checking has $598,930,402.37. And that's just a reminder to me as my vision board that that type of money is totally out there. It's totally accessible to me. And through all this hard work and dedication and perseverance and everything that I'm doing right now, I'm going to have that one day, no doubt in my mind. So it's just a reminder for me. And I'm not going to lie, dude, when I see that kind of money, $598 million, I almost want to downgrade that and be like, hey, let's start with 100,000. But dude, I think that's where people fail right there, because they say, oh, I'm actually not worthy for 598 million, but I am worthy for 100,000. And why would you shortchange yourself that way? You know, why would you say, 598 million is not for me? I'm more of a 100,000 guy. And maybe that's not you at all. Maybe you are the 598 million guy. But that was my first thought, man, is I better find something a little bit more, attainable. But what's the point of a vision board if you put a bunch of average shit on there for yourself when you can do much more, So I put that on there. The next photo is, freshly printed money. It's all $100 bills. Probably talking like multiple millions here. Just a fat stack of cash on freshly printed bills. Looks good. And that's just a reminder that I'm going to have that kind of money one day through all the hard work and what I just said. So those are the 5 folders I got going for the dedicated visualization. And the dedicated visualization, again, has to be 10 minutes uninterrupted. If you start wandering with your thoughts, you got to restart. And yeah, so that's the vision, and that's the visualization. And I know that I did it correctly today because during it, I actually started to cry. I don't want to share what I was envisioning in my head yet because it's too special of a moment in my future that I'm going to leave that for the moment to happen, and I'm just going to let that manifest itself. But I actually cried with the envisionment of my future that this gave to me, I guess. So I already know I'm doing it correctly if I start fucking crying, dude. So off on the right foot here. And that's the visualization. After that, so I another task for this phase 1 is to choose 3 additional tasks that are going to move you forward towards your ultimate goals in life. And I think a lot of people get this wrong based on the 75 Hard group in Facebook, but it's none of my business what other people are doing. I'm trying to focus on myself. And so when I hear ultimate goals in life, I think 20 years down the road, 10 years down the road, something like that, where I'm living the ultimate life of my dreams. And I don't think packing a lunch or learning Spanish or shit like that, man. Gardening, that's not, for me, that doesn't mean shit to me, dude. So for example, my 3 are record at least one 20-minute podcast, plus write 2 pages of something that I'm working on. That's one task. My second task is what the fuck is my second task? Oh, my second task is to focus and write in detail 10 things that I'm grateful for. 7 of them have to be things that I have now, that I have now, or that's going on in my life today. And then 3 of them, of those 10, holy shit, this thing's bright. And then 3 of those 10 have to be ones that I have not yet achieved, but I'm speaking into his existence. So, for example, let's see if I can find it right here. Actually, I don't. But I put a lot of special things in my life that I'm grateful for in detail. So it's not grateful for my computer. Next, grateful for my headset. Nothing like that. It's I'm grateful for this person because they did this, this, and this, and they continuously do this for me and show me this, this, this. They did this for me, blah, 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 and I'm so grateful, in detail. That's what I wrote, and I have to do 10 of those. And again, 7 of those are going to be ones from today, right now, in real life. 3 of those are going to be ones that haven't happened yet. And so, for example, today was, I'm grateful to own this Lamborghini, blah, 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 blah. I'm grateful to have this amazing wife, blah, 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 blah. And I'm grateful for this amazing and safe home, blah, 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 blah. And those are, it's a little personal, but, it is what it is. It's what I'm doing. So, and then the third one I have is 20 minutes of stretching. And I reason that is towards my ultimate goal because I want to get back to that 5-plate deadlift. And I'm in no rush to do it. I understand that shit takes a while. But I do have that muscle memory going on. I bounce my chest Bounced my, I'm bouncing my boobies. I'm going to get demonetized now. I bounced my bench press from 135 for 6 reps up to today, which was 205 for 10, which is about 11-week difference. And I've probably trained chest 10 times in that entire time frame. So strength is skyrocketing for me, and a lot of that's muscle memory, but it is what it is. I'll take advantage of it. And but I don't want to overdo myself with my back. And if I get that 5 plate now versus 4 years from now, I'll get it. But that's one of my ultimate goals. And I have yet to do the stretching. I'm doing the podcast right now, and then after the podcast, dude, I got to pull this shit up and be ready. So what I wrote here, so after the podcast, I need to stretch 20 minutes. And that should put me at 6:45 is what I said. That should put me at 7:05 is what I put on there. So I should start stretching in 10 minutes to be kind of on track with my day, which actually is not true because there's a few things I skipped. Oh, man. So here's the thing, dude. It's 6:30. I got to go to bed in an hour to get my 7 hours of rest. I prefer 7 hours. I feel like that's when I'm most focused and most alert. I think anything less than that for me just isn't the best. I think 6 hours is... I don't know. I just don't think it's working for me. I got to get at least 7. Maybe I'll try 6.5. I don't know. But, yeah, so I realized that actually this whole intro is pretty much the entire show. 26 minutes in. So maybe today... Dude. Oh, man. Disorganized as fuck. It's all good, though, man. Like I said, we're learning. I'll get this down to a science before Andy Gibbs on the show. Don't you worry. I'm just scrolling through here what I want to talk about. So I wrote a lot of notes here, but I guess we'll have to hit them. I'll just get into what I was going to talk about yesterday that I totally didn't touch on. So anyway, guys, that's the whole routine right now. And real quick, this is what I wrote down. So 2:45 p.m. get home from work. 3 o'clock outdoor workout. 3:50 get home from the outdoor workout. Kind of give myself a cushion. 4 o'clock ice bath. 4:10 take a shower because my ice bath isn't the cleanest. I got to clean that out. So take a shower. I don't want to be gross. I didn't take a shower today because I am gross. It is what it is. 4:25 read. And I put on there for 35 minutes to read because I'm trying to read chapter to chapter, not necessarily just the 10 pages, but kind of stressed today, man. I only did the 10 pages. But that's 10 pages more than I would have if I wasn't on the program, so that's a fucking W. And then 5 o'clock, do the 10 things I'm grateful for. I don't know how long it took me, dude, but it took me a little bit. I didn't realize it would take me so much time, but I gave myself 30 minutes for that. 5:30 was write 2 pages. I gave myself 30 minutes for that as well. 6 o'clock, record podcast. That has to be at least 20 minutes long, right? But I budgeted 45 minutes on there just to give myself some time because I don't want to just stop on the dot at 20 minutes. I want to keep going, and if I got some more to say, I'm going to say it. That's how I'm growing here. So, and then 6:45, stretch for 20 minutes, which I need to do, I guess, in 10 minutes. So we'll see if I do that. But I haven't even written pages yet, so I'm already 30 minutes behind there. 7:05, begin getting ready for bed. 7:30, lights out. 2-3 a.m., wake up, hit the gym, go to work. And so, if you paid attention there, you know that leaves literally no room for anything else in my life other than these tasks and what's going on. And I could have chosen tasks, the 3 additional ones. Who's texting me at this goddamn hour, bro? 6:40 p.m. There's the 3 additional tasks. So one is recording a recording a podcast that's at least 20 minutes, and then writing 2 pages. So we'll just say on average, podcast is 35 minutes long, and it takes me 30 minutes to write 2 pages. So that's an hour and 5 minutes. And then stretch for 20 minutes. That's a total of an hour and 25 minutes. And then writing the 10 things I'm grateful for in detail, it's probably another half hour. So I kind of took up 2 hours of my evening by choosing these 3 tasks. And I chose these 3 tasks not knowing how long they would take me, but more so these are going to move me forward in life, and this is what's required to do so. These are the things that are required for me to level up in my life for where I'm trying to go right now. And that's it. Like Alex Hormozy says, I will do what is required. And that shit, it's just a different level of thinking, man. I've never listened to any of these guys talk and thought, wow, you're so arrogant and cocky. You're so caught up in in yourself, you narcissist. I've never thought that, man. And I think it's because I'm so open to the whole idea of growing and being better that I don't see that as arrogance. I see it as, dude, they paid the fucking price and they continue to pay that fucking price day after day after day after day. And they are where they are now today because of that. And I look up to that. I think that's inspiring as fuck and I want to be there. You know, I mean, you can make so many different arguments about how their life is not in balance and how they're missing out on this or that, but who the fuck are you to say what their priorities are and what they desire in life? You know, one of the things I'm even writing about right now is when people try to discourage you from doing something you don't want to, from something. For example, a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, I got 2 jobs. Right, I'm working 2 jobs right now doing this program. And people don't even know I'm doing the program. And then they say, oh, you're working 2 jobs, you're going to get burnt out, bro. I wouldn't do that. And it's like, dude, who are you to place that judgment on me? Maybe 2 jobs for you doesn't work out, but you don't even know me, dude. Maybe two jobs for me is cake. Maybe 5 jobs for me is cake. Dude, maybe 1,000 jobs for me is a fucking flower store, dude. I don't even know what that means. But don't cast that don't impose your personal limitations on somebody else, dude, because somebody who's unknowing or not familiar with their own, who doesn't have that self-awareness to, dude, fuck. If you don't know your capabilities and you're not aware of what you got going on and somebody says to you, hey, you're going to get burnt out, and you take that advice, I talked about this last episode, I'm pretty sure, you're doing yourself and your future and your potential and everything in your future such a disservice, dude. Oh my heck, and I just think it's something that's so overlooked. It's so overlooked, man, and I want no part of that shit. So when people tell me that I'm going to get burnt out, I say, dude, I disagree. I love what I do. I'm having a good time. I like working. And it shuts them right the fuck up. Now, dude, if I were to say that, if I were to say, hey, I'm working 2 jobs, and when I get home, I record podcasts, I write some pages, I stretch, I read, I drink a shit ton of water. Dude, I haven't drank much. Bro, I still got 50 ounces of water to drink. I got to go to bed in an hour. Fuck, dude. That's a bummer. It's okay. We'll get it done. Anyway. All that shit going on, man. It's just my priorities are a little bit different than the average person. What I find fun in life and enjoyable in life is a lot different than what the average person finds fun and enjoyable. And it took me a little bit to realize that that's okay. It took me a little bit to realize that maybe that's what's required to gain that next level in life. You got to be willing to do the shit that nobody else wants to do, and you got to do it like you like it. That's what Mike Tyson said, right? He says that's what discipline is: doing the shit you don't want to do, but doing it like you like it. Something like that. I don't mean to misquote him, but it was something like that. But anyway, guys, that's that. That's my routine at the moment, and I'm enjoying it. I like the feeling of working hard and getting shit done. Because I know I'm just widening the gap between me and the next guy. And that gets me excited because if I'm widening the gap between me and the next guy, I know that there's somebody else that's doing that to somebody else. And I'm going to meet up with that guy. And then I'm going to have to widen the gap between me and him, you know. Like Andy Frisell said in his podcast today, it's October 23rd, it was the Q&AF. Might have been yesterday. But he said, you can't just play the game like you're playing against yourself. There's other players in the game, and they're equally as good, if not way better than you are, and they're playing the game too. So if you're playing just to beat yourself, like, yeah, you're going to have some wins, but you're never going to win in the game, which is life, which is business, you know? So, oh man, dude, so much going on in my head right now. I just want to make it, man. I just want to kick some ass and do good and challenge myself, remain disciplined, and just kick fucking ass, man. That's what this is about. I mean, I'm episode 4. I'm fired up, dude. I don't even want to stop this recording. I'm feeling good. So, but I do need to touch on some other things, like I said, from 35 minutes ago that I didn't touch on. That's from yesterday. So, segue into yesterday. That's into that little rant, if you will. Some of the indirect lessons that the workout and the water taught me. And I may have touched briefly on some of these, but anyway, we're gonna dive in now. I know I said that 35 minutes ago, but now here we go. So I've been wasting so much time while working out that so the workouts must be a minimum of 45 minutes, right? That's part of the program. Indoor workout has to be or both workouts have to be 45 minutes. One has to be outdoor, but 45 minutes. And I noticed for me, about 7 times out of 10, it's actually hard to reach that 45 minutes, when previously it was so easy for me to hit 90 minutes, even 2 hours for a workout. And I'm not really changing my workouts. They're all pretty much the same. I cut a little bit of volume out because of the intensity that I'm putting into the first 16 to 20 sets. And I notice it's kind of hard to get that 45-minute mark. There have been plenty of times where I finish a full-blown workout, maybe 16 to 20 sets of a muscle group, and I've been working out for 40 minutes, and it's like, oh, I got 5 more minutes to do. I got to do another exercise, And sometimes I'll just throw in some abs or another set of something, whatever I'm doing, just to get that 45-minute mark. And it's opened my eyes, dude, because at first thought, before I did the program, I thought for sure. So family's working on the basement here. That's what you're hearing. But I thought for sure that doing the double workouts and everything in the program, I wouldn't have time for shit, bro. And now maybe that's the truth, because I'm choosing to engage in these 3 additional tasks that are going to move me forward in my goals and my ultimate dreams in life. So that's the life I'm choosing to live right now. It's only a 30-day phase, but who knows what I'll do after, But it is what it is, man. I like it. I'm happy, and I'm feeling good. I'm making $0 from doing any of this, and nobody's even listening to this show right now. I'm not promoting it in any way, and I want to do it. And that's how I know I'm on the right path. And that's an awesome fucking feeling, man. But anyway, I found it hard to get my workouts to 45 minutes. Not hard as in I had no idea what to do, but hard as in I did a full-blown workout and I'm only at 40 minutes. So I got to throw in some abs or calves or another workout or another exercise or something to reach the 45 minutes. And that's 7 times out of 10. If I'm doing a heavy leg day or a heavy chest day or something, I might rest a little bit longer between sets to get the rep ranges with the weight that I'm doing. But other than that, dude, my workouts are short as shit. I haven't had one workout over an hour in the last 12 weeks. Isn't that crazy? And I'm making great results. I gained like almost 20 pounds in all of 75 hard. And my goal is probably gain 5 or so with this phase 1. I'm eating a little bit more calories as well, more protein. So anyway, it's just crazy, man. I just thought for sure I'd be spending so much time in the gym, but I'm spending even less, and I'm getting more out of it because my mind's in the game, in the workout, not focusing on anything else. I'm just, in there. So it's awesome, man. So if you're worried about not having time for anything when you're doing the program, that's some bullshit, bro. Get in there and get it done. You'll be surprised how quickly you get it done. All right. So the next one I want to talk about real quick is while in the gym, you just become hyper aware of every detail of others and yourself in the context of wasting time and, for example, scrolling on your phones. So I used to be a scroller in the gym, if you will. I would do my set. I would put the weight down. I'd grab my phone and start scrolling social media mindlessly, and why was I doing that? I didn't have the desire to look at memes while I was working out. I just needed something to do, I guess. So I grabbed my phone and started scrolling. And I have discontinued doing that. I have stopped doing that. I've become very aware of when I do and do not grab my phone while I'm working out. I try my hardest to not even look at my fucking phone. Change my music, change my podcast, whatever I'm doing. And that's it. But because I'm hyper aware of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I am so so hyper aware of when other people do it. It is unbelievably insane how many people, and let me stop you right there, Bryson. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. Focus on you. Yeah, bro, I get it, all right? But everybody else, bro, it's crazy how many people do their set, do their workout, and they grab their phone and they start scrolling like this. Boom. And, dude, you do you, man. But what the fuck are you doing? Focus on your workouts. Keep your head in the game. Keep your head on the focus of the weights, of the exercise, the treadmill, the stair mat, whatever you're doing. Focus on that, dude. Keep your head in there. Think about, you don't need to fill your brain with scrolling and shit like that. You can think for yourself, dude. You can have these thoughts. You can think deeper about whatever's going on in your life, come to conclusions, find answers. instead of just filling that shit, your rest time up with social media and Instagram and shit like that, dude. It's so much better, and you gain so much more clarity when you put your phone away and just focus on what you're doing. But again, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself, right? I agreed. So, you mean whatever. Come at me, I guess. See, what else we got on here? So, I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'll touch on another podcast. But then with the water, time management becomes the goggles in which you view your life. Everything is planned and seen in chunks of time. And so that's what the water did. And then I wrote here, especially adding a gallon of water to the mix, you start to forecast piss breaks. And when you drink water based on your schedule and when to drink water, drink your water based on your schedule and availability of restroom use. So I did talk about that one yesterday. You really do trying to kind of change the way you approach your day, knowing that, hey, I got to drink this much water, and there's not going to be a bathroom there, or maybe I won't have any water, so I'm going to have to drink a shit ton now so that I can bridge the gap for the next 5 hours when I don't have water, something like that. You just start to see things a little bit different, And I think that translates a little bit out of the water, It's like, hey, well, I'm not going to have my book for the next 5 hours. I don't really want to read tonight at 10 p.m., so I think I'm going to read now, hurry and get that out of the way. Or, shoot, I can't work out till 10 p.m. tonight, so I should wake up an hour earlier and hit it in the morning, whatever it is. And you know what? Actually, I think that's all I want to say about that. There's some of the indirect lessons I learned from the workouts in the water. What else do we got here? Okay, man. That's it. That's it for this one. Dude, I feel really good about how this is going. I'm on episode 4 here. I had a little bit of a spurt there, a little bit of a passion burst, if you will. Kind of spoke my truth on what I think to be right. Felt good, man. And I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't do the program. I for sure wouldn't. I wouldn't have any desire to do this, dude. Prior to the program, I was eating Chipotle once a day, coming home from a 10, 12-hour shift at FedEx, and sitting in my room and played RuneScape the rest of the night. That's all I did. Not to mention I spent a lot of money on that game to buy in-game shit that didn't matter, to which now I'm going to discontinue my membership. I'm going to unsubscribe because I don't play it anymore because I'm doing all this shit, and I feel better doing it, dude. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to game all day, but it's not going to get me where I want to go in life, and I think it's as simple as that, man. Also, I don't think a hot-ass wife, trophy wife's going to be appreciative of me spending my whole life on a damn video game. So, hey, wife, if you're out there, you're listening, send me a DM. Let me know that you're wife material. And we'll get this house and the Lambo and shit going. Totally kidding. That was cringy as fuck, but who cares, bro? It's my podcast. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Leave a 1-star review then. So you're offended that I want a wife. Anyway, that concludes episode number 4, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Not a single person has listened to any of these shows so far, and I'm fully aware of that. I look at the statistics and the stats on the app that I have. So, but who cares, man? We're doing this for me, and I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm having a good time. I'm happy, dude. I feel really good that I recorded this thing. So, anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening, for real. If I have 200 episodes by the time you listen to this, and you're listening now, that's awesome. If you listen to here, we're gonna coin this right now. After Uncle's done drilling a hole in the wall, we're gonna coin this right now. If you've listened, right on, dog. If you've listened to the first 100 episodes of this podcast, I'm probably gonna change the name by the time I hit 100. If you listen to the first 100 all the way through, I'm going to coin the term, you're going to be the sub 100 club. You're going to be in the sub 100 club, and only people who have been listening, or who have listened to the first 100 episodes can claim that they are in the sub 100 club. And I don't even know what the fuck that means. Just a little title I just made up. So, SUB 100 club, sub 100 club. Bro, we're just making shit up as we go, but who cares? So, anyway, guys, that's the show, and I will see you tomorrow, where I talk more about 75 Hard and the other benefits that it gave me, such as the nutrition plan, the reading the book, the photo, the no cheats or alcohol, how you crave challenges, how you gain confidence. You start caring less and less what other people think, and then you look back once you completed the program and think, what else can I do in such a short amount of time that is 75 days? So I'll touch on that tomorrow. Okay, I actually just clicked pause right there by accident, but yeah, we'll touch on all that tomorrow. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.